Okay, we'll be looking at these three perspectives. Okay, administration, DevOps, and architecture. Same Azure from three different views. So that's the same thing we do for AWS also. Okay, so these are three different roles which you do in the cloud, right? So as an administrator or as an administrator, your responsibilities are basically implementing and managing the solutions provided. Here you will not be designing, you will be just implementing. Okay, the design will be given to you by an architect. Okay, so plan and design the solution, and here your responsibility is automate the implementation and maintain the stack. Okay, managing might still be manual, but basically these are the three viewpoints which we look at Azure. Okay, but Azure has some specific requirements apart from the other clouds which we learn, right? Azure is a product from Microsoft, so we need Windows literature. We definitely need Windows literature. So what we'll be learning along with this Azure is we'll be learning Microsoft Windows DevOps. So in AWS class, there are two places where you have to come to the DevOps classes, all right, which is Jenkins in AWS. If you are learning AWS from Quality Thought, two places is mandatory, which is Jenkins and Docker, right? Apart from the normal cloud classes, you have to come to that also. But if it is Azure, you have to come at three places. Three places are mandatory: Jenkins, Docker and Kubernetes, and Windows DevOps. Okay, yeah, I'll come back to that. In Windows DevOps, we'll be learning PowerShell and PowerShell DSC. We'll be learning PowerShell and PowerShell DSC. PowerShell DSC is a configuration management tool. So what you do over here is, let us assume that I want to create an IaaS server. One way is create a Windows virtual machine and then configure IaaS manually, right? IaaS server. Right click on do appwiz, or you do this appwiz.cpl. And if you want to enable any features, you will just click on this and you would just say what is that you want to enable or disable or whatever it is. So this is what you generally do manually, right? We don't want to do this stuff manually. We want a script which does this. That is what a DSC is all about, right? DSC is all about doing the things automatically, right? And it is equivalent to the chefs and Ansibles which you learn. Desired state configuration. DSC is desired state configuration, and exactly DSC is what Azure calls as Azure automation. In Azure, there is a module which is called as Azure automation, and Azure automation is nothing but a PowerShell DSC with Azure intelligence. That's it. So it is very much important. And apart from this, you need to learn about Active Directory. This is a primary responsibility. You need to know something about Active Directory, and you should know how to migrate this Active Directory from your company to Azure. Right? These are the two things which we don't learn in other clouds. And in Azure, you can't call yourself as an Azure administrator if you don't know these two things. You can still manage, but you cannot call itself as an Azure architect or an Azure admin or Azure DevOps engineer if you don't know the Microsoft Windows DevOps stack. Okay, and I will encourage the people who are looking out for Azure because of two reasons, right? So in last year, there were out of the 3 quarters which are announced till now, 3 quarters of results have been announced by AWS and Azure. In one quarter, Microsoft Azure's revenue was more than AWS. which is a very decent sign of what is going to happen, right? So Azure stands second in the cloud world, but it is competing with AWS very strongly. And let it compete. We don't have any problem with that. But the problem is the advantage which you guys have, or the opportunity which you guys have, is there are not many Azure trained professionals. There are not many Azure trained professionals. So if someone comes to me and personally asks me, I'm quickly looking out for a job, whether I need to go for AWS or Azure. If in his words, if there is a quickly attached to it, my personal recommendation would be Azure, because Azure is having something called as a honeymoon period right now. Okay, you go to the Azure interviews, they're a lot simpler than what you face when you go to the AWS with the same skill, because not many people are around. Same will not be the story after next 3 or 4 months, because people will realize this and they will be trained, right? But we are not really looking out for that easier advantage, but that is an opportunity which I want you to make it clear. So if you want to get a job in Azure, relatively it is less effort when compared to other things. But getting a job is different than sustaining the job. For sustaining, you still need the knowledge, right? So this is what our focus would be, right? And we will be starting our classes with administration, right? And remember, Azure also, much like AWS, we will be doing it from CLI, from UI. UI in AWS, I call it as console, but in AWS, I call it as portal, right? And we'll be learning one more thing, which is ARM, Azure Resource Manager. So you should know how to operate Azure from all these three worlds. All these three worlds, and Azure automation is an added advantage. Pardon me? Yes, yes. We'll be looking at one VM migration, which is from a hypervisor, any hypervisor, right? Hyper-V to Azure VM is very simple. I'll not be doing that. I'm trying to set up an XC server, so which is VMware server, VMware server to cloud migration. So this I'm doing it for both AWS and Azure. The problem which I'm facing over here is the hardware which I have in Quality Thought is not fitting XC server needs. But last week also we have tried on that. I've approximately spent some 6 hours on the server, but XC server was not installed, because here we have assembled servers and they don't have XC drivers. So that's why I'm trying this time on the laptop, but this will be done to you, right? So when it comes to migrations, we do 3 kinds of migrations in Azure. In AWS, we do 2 kinds of migrations. We will be doing VMware migration, VM migration. We'll be doing database migration, and then we'll be doing Active Directory migration. When it comes to AWS, we'll be doing just VM plus database migration. We'll not be doing Active Directory migration because it is not popular in that world. But here it is a mandatory requirement. Fine. So this is what we do. And this I'm not guaranteeing it, but I want to bring it over here. But I would see Office 365 administration also. Okay. This is not part of our syllabus, but I might add it or take it as a special class. All right, because this will help you in just getting to your jobs very much closer to you. All right. Office 365 is your Exchange server, is your many different things packed up at one place, which is a Microsoft's way of giving Office suite as a service. So you don't need to basically install license and all of that stuff. You just take an Office 365 account, you will get Office. That is for personal usage. But when you look at company's perspective, they are giving also Exchange server over here. So your mail servers are basically configured over here, right? So I'll be looking at that, but that I don't guarantee. I'll. It is not part of our syllabus, but we'll try to do it as a special class, Office 365 administration. All right. So this is what we are trying to do. And apart from that, okay, this is just out of interest. Linux scripting is also required, because Microsoft has now basically MOU signed with Red Hat. So even for Linux workloads, Microsoft is doing good now. So we need to be good at Linux world also. So Linux scripting, right? And there will be Python basics, right? Which is a different class, and you can attend it. And Python basics is not only for Azure, it is for all the three. So if you have time, you can attend Python basics from Quality Thought, right? So this is what our journey is going to be like. Okay, we'll be learning these things, right? And Azure, trust me, practice the stuff as much soon as possible. Don't delay it. Don't delay it. As we complete the things, do the practice, because the best part of Azure are, first thing is, I don't have too many people to concentrate about. In DevOps, I have too much of strength. In AWS also, I have decent strength. Azure, as of now, since I have started it very quite newly, okay, and not many people are aware of this advantage. Till the moment we have that advantage, let us practice it inside this classroom itself. Whatever I teach, right? Especially I'm starting with administration, which means that we are doing the things straight away in the classroom. Bring your systems and ensure that you have some friend who has a credit card. Okay, I've seen people learn Azure, but unfortunately, to create a Azure free tier account, you need a credit card, and not people are scared about it. So at a max, you will get a bill of 200 or 300 bucks, not more than that. Okay, రెండు హలీంలు కూడా రావు 300 రూపాయలకి, right? So it is much less than that, less than a cost of a movie, but people are still afraid of it. But take a free tier account, and for the first month you will get $200 of credit. You can use it to your choice. You can create anything, but after 1 month you have to use it sensibly. So we'll be looking into those aspects, and I want you guys to really do the things. And by the time you finish even the administration, that is first 15 days of our class, you can start going to interviews. But don't go with big players, go with smaller ones. Okay, because that will give you the experience. ఇది నేను వేరే ఏ క్లాస్లో చెప్పను. The statement which I have told, that after 15 days go to interviews, I am not making this statement in any other class. I'm not doing it in AWS, I'm not doing it in DevOps, because there the things are quite settled, right? But here the things are settling. So even after you are good at administration, you might give it a try for a job. You might get the offer letter also, and it has happened also. నేను అబద్ధం చెప్తాం కాదు కానీ, but that's the fact of Azure, right? Not many people are trained in it. So let us grab that opportunity, and don't just, some of the people have this goal of getting the job. మీ మెయిన్ ఏం ఏంటి అంటే ఉద్యోగం రావటం. But let me tell you one thing, getting the job is much easier than sustaining the job, right? So put that as a goal, because if you put your goal as just getting the job వచ్చేసింది ఆ రోజు ఇంకా done, we don't learn anything. That doesn't work out that way, right? So let us focus on this. For every 15 days you can go and add things to your resume, and then you can apply for interviews. That's the advantage which we have in Azure right now. All right, it might be there for the next 2 to 3 months or 6 months, I'm not sure, but it is there right now. It is there right now. Fine. So this is what our course is. Okay, and I really don't want to get into any other things until unless you have something to ask. I don't want to really, because what I'll do is, for the people who have attended this class, I'll ask, also ensure that, okay, 3 places, as I said, are mandatory for the stuff. And there is also one more place which I'm going to start in DevOps from tomorrow, which is Packer and Terraform, which is optional for you. It is not mandatory. It is optional. There is no need for you to attend that classes, but if you have time, attend it, because that will take you to the next level. Okay, so how it will take it to the next level, I'll be telling it in the next few days. But whenever there is an opportunity, there is some classes which you are optional, also try to attend it. పోనీ అర్థం అవదు, వచ్చి కూర్చోండి. It's 1 hour, right? You are really not wasting some time, you are just learning something. That's fine. That's how it is. Okay, so I'll take questions now. You can ask anything in Azure about it. I'll try to answer. Okay, let me look at questions from the web. Which migrations? We'll be doing the VMware migrations and Hyper-V migrations. So you have a virtual machine in your company in a VMware. So how do you take it to Amazon cloud or Azure cloud? So that's the job there. Okay, yes, there was some question. Yes, same. Let me tell you, in S3, the equivalent of S3 is blob storage. Yes, the equivalent of EC2 is virtual machine. The equivalent of RDS is Azure SQL. You have same things. Even if you go to the Google cloud, you will find something similar. Yeah. Hmm. Yes. Architecture is same, services are different. Yes, might be different. Yes. But for example, if I take a web application, generally a web application, irrespective of a technology, will have a tied architecture. So what is your web layer? What is your business layer and all of that? There, the tool stack might be different. So for example, the business tier in Java applications might be Tomcat or WebLogic. Over here, if you are using .NET, it might be IIS server, right? That those things change, but conceptually, architecture is exactly the same. Pardon me? Yes, yes, yes. And Microsoft has documented these architectures very well, and we'll be creating those architectures. Performance of Azure, I'll discuss how to use Azure for the better performance, but really not performance of the applications. So if you are, yes, yes, that will be covered. That will be covered. Yeah, all the clouds have same securities and same certifications. No difference. No difference. The underlying way how they implement it is different. So, for example, uh, uh, for doing networking, um, AWS uses something called as chip ASICs, and Azure uses FPGAs. But for you and me, we did not know that. So, if you want a virtual network, you'll be getting the same virtual network with the same standards as what you are getting in AWS. Same thing with Google also. Here, as a user of cloud, we really don't see any differences. Yeah. So, basically, every cloud has some softwares where they are very good at. All the Microsoft stack, Azure is undoubtedly the good thing, or the best thing. All right. But for example, if you go to the AWS is very strong in MySQL. No one can compete with Amazon on the MySQL front. They are very strong there, MySQL and Postgres. But if you are speaking about SQL Server, Azure automates it to your DBA will not have any activity. That's how their automation levels are. Similarly, for every cloud, there are some areas where they are very strong at. Okay. So there is some question which is I am Linux admin and I want to switch my career to DevOps with Azure. So do I need to have any prior experience? Yeah. So as I'm saying that you need to definitely have Windows knowledge. I have shown you that Windows DevOps, right? PowerShell, PowerShell DSC, and Active Directory. These are the three important things which you need to learn, and we'll be learning that. We'll be learning that. Windows administration, I don't think so. If you are admin already and you want to just stick to yourself as an Azure administrator, you don't need to know even all the administrative capabilities of which Windows have. You need to understand some basic things like what is domain controller, what is forest with respect to Active Directory. And apart from that, Windows server administration, we really don't, even Linux administration, we really don't do all the things. So for example, as a Windows administrator, your responsibility is to ensure that the servers are working correctly, and if things go wrong, you need to troubleshoot and all that. Here we generally don't do that because there are already solutions for that. They will help you in identifying the errors. If that is not the case, we'll create one more server. We really are not affectionate towards servers as much as what we are in the physical world when we go to the cloud. The only thing which you do is, let us assume that your database server is not working correctly. We have a backup. If you have a backup, what we do is we don't try to correct that server. We try to bring up one more server, we restore the data, we shut down that server. So that is called as treating servers as cattle, not as pets. That is the strategy which we'll follow. So we'll not be really troubleshooting as much as what your admins do, right? But if that is happening recurrently, then we'll definitely do. Mhm. It's not about correct or wrong. The only thing which I say is, if you are planning for multi courses, right? And let it be any out of three, any courses, ensure that you have enough time to practice. That's the only concern which I have. If you hear these things, let me tell you what is the problem. DevOps looks, and then it's fine. Then it's fine. Yeah. The problem with cloud technologies is DevOps looks frightening. DevOps మమ్మల్ని ఇబ్బంది పెడుతుంది. DevOps looks tough, but Azure and AWS they look simple. But the problem is there is a more chances of us forgetting Azure more quickly than DevOps, because in DevOps we have that layer of this is difficult when I have to concentrate. But when you look at Azure, when I'm doing the things, they look simple, but actually you're doing many more things internally. So ensure that you have enough focus on cloud also, right? So ఇది సింపుల్ గా కనబడతాయి కానీ సింపుల్ కాదు. No problem with it. These things look simple. They are not, because we'll be learning in DevOps. You don't need to know any networking knowledge. Zero knowledge also you can manage DevOps. But here you need to know networking knowledge. You need to know about storage. You need to know about compute. You need to know many different things in cloud, right? But they are heavily optimized, and but still you need to know some knowledge about it. So that's why they look simple. They are not. So you should be very careful about it. Yeah. Mhm. Non-IT in the sense you belong to non-IT background. That's fine. But what you are going to do is IT. ఇప్పుడు వరకు ఏం చేశారు? ఓకే, ఇక ముందు మీరు చేయగలిగింది దీనికి సంబంధించింది వర్క్. ఇట్ ఈస్ టెక్నికల్, నాట్ నాన్ టెక్నికల్. దేర్ ఇస్ నో నాన్ టెక్నికల్ జాబ్ ఇన్ అజూర్. That's it. You are existing, but in India, unfortunately, the truth is you have to lie. Even though you are from a non-technical background, you have to tell that I was an administrator or something like that. Unfortunately, that is the truth. Same is not the case in other countries. You say that just out of interest I have learned Azure. You just test my skills. If I'm good, you take it. Otherwise, it's fine. But in India, it doesn't work out that way. You have to lie in your resume. There are many people who have got it. I can show you a person who is from organic chemistry and who is working as a DevOps lead now. That's it. Oh, yeah, it is open for all. But the whole point in India is you have to lie, saying that I have experience. That's the only problem. Okay, but once you get into that, nothing stands out. I don't do that. And నేను ఎందుకు చెప్తానంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్ నాకు కొంచెం అసహ్యం ఆ వే ఆఫ్ లుకింగ్ ఎట్ ఇట్. అంటే లెట్ దీస్ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్, రైట్? సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఇన్ అజూర్ టుడే, you are working on Active Directory. If I tell you as a manager and to take your interview will be more towards Active Directory. Here the interviews are scenario based. There is nothing called as standard questions. ఒకటి గుర్తెట్టుకోండి, ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ లో, డెవాప్స్ లో, అజూర్ లో స్టాండర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతున్నారు అంటే అడిగి రాదని అర్థం. Yeah, so people generally don't ask that. Okay, but those standard questions anyway you Google and you'll find it. Okay, the materials are there. I'll tell you about Azure. Azure, I have not really written a material, but there is enough pressure on me. I'll tell you why I have not written it. Microsoft has done a wonderful job in creating the documentation. For me to give a material, what I have to do is I have to download that PDF and shamelessly remove the Microsoft copyright and put the Quality Thought logo over there, which I don't like. That is not my way of really looking at things. But what I'll try to do is, at least I'll try to bring in some content. I'll put that notice saying that this is shamelessly copied from Microsoft, and then I'll give you that so that you have less content to read. But whatever AWS, I have written some content because AWS is there from business and there are many perspectives. But in Azure, the best content is from Microsoft only. There is no other person who has written a best content on Azure yet. But in AWS, there are many others who have written it. So that's why I get different perspectives. In Azure, there is no chance for that. Microsoft has done it. So they give how to, they give references, right? They give conceptual overview. They have very decent documentation. I'll try to condense that and give it to you. That can be done. What all we will learn in Azure, and so what all we will learn in Azure AD. So we'll be learning about ADFS and AD Connect and AD Sync, right? Active Directory Federation Services, Active Directory Connect, and Active Directory Sync. So there are multiple perspectives about it. So for example, in Azure, if I change the password, should it come back to my Windows server? Yeah, there are different terminologies around there. So based out of it, we'll choose one technique. But AD Connect is most widely used right now, where you take the Active Directory server and you upload those details to the basic Azure. That's most widely used. But we'll also look at ADFS and AD Sync. Those are the three things which we. Okay. Yes. You can do 532, 533 and 535 if I'm not wrong. You can do that post this classes. AWS, you can do any associate, which is SysOps or architecture, solution architecture. Yeah. Can we attend both AWS and Azure in parallel? My answer is yes, if you have time. Don't do it just because you'll be able to complete in 45 days. and you will be finishing both the clouds. You will not be finishing, I'll be finishing it. For you, finishing is when you are capable of going to interviews and doing the stuff on your own, right? Yeah, those are for example, I'll show you Azure architecture ladders. So they will have this 70, 535. 534, yeah, 532 has 534 was replaced by 535. Yes, yes, yeah. So this is a certification exam. Yeah. So similarly, you have 70, 533, 533 or 532. I'll tell the numbers. I forgot it. 535. Yes. And there is one more thing which is developing the solutions which we are not covering. Okay, where you are a developer and you are developing the Microsoft solutions, Azure solutions, that we are not covering it anyway. So we are looking at planning, implementing, and managing. We are not looking at developing solutions. Right. Yes, yes. We basically, initially we'll be discussing about administration, DevOps, and then architecture. Right. Hmm. So in this course, we are going for all the 3 years. I look at three perspectives at looking at, yeah? DevOps, administration, and architecture, because you need to know all the three. Your job, that is for certification, it might look as too much of syllabus, but when you get into the job, for you to perform your job, you need to know all these three perspectives. Because sometimes you might be asked to speak with customer, then you can't behave as an admin. That's the whole point. So that's why you need to know all these three practices. Yeah. Can we take such scenarios and in one of interviews I was asked to design an architecture? Yeah, we can do that, man. We can do that. So basically, I'm stopping that discussion at 3-tier or n-tier architecture over here. We can elaborate this time. That's okay.